Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Jeep Cherokee Limited 4x4. This model is finished off in Hydro Blue Pearl. MSRP with options is just over $44,000. This is powered by the 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's paired to both the hybrid system along with the CVT transmission. Pumps out 210 horsepower, 221 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the full-time four-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,300-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in around 8 seconds, and it also has a fuel capacity of 13.7 gallons. You'll expect to see 39 miles per gallon in the city and 35 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 113 inches. Its overall length is 188.1. It has a width of 74.7, a height of 67.5, and its ground clearance measures in at 8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling for the latest Cherokee, this definitely has a much boxier design to it, and with this blue, it gives it a great look. Now up front, you'll notice the traditional Jeep style for the grille, with plenty of cutouts to provide additional cooling. The Jeep badge is just above that. There's also a sensor in the lower section for distance pacing, plenty of cutouts in the lower section as well, and there's also a dark housing for all of the LEDs. This also has fog lights in the lower section of the bumper there, and you will notice that entire lower section is finished off in plastic. That works its way to the sides, where you'll notice it's on the fender flares and the lower side skirt. Now, this model also has a really unique design for the two-tone wheels, along with having that Jeep logo for the wheel cap there. This also has gloss black for the mirror caps. There's a roof rack up top and a full moonroof. And then as we take a step back, you can see the boxy design that this compact SUV has. Cherokee is also in the lower section of the door, and there's this new design for the door handle. So you just reach in and grab the electronic release within that small housing there. And then in back, there's also the third brake light. Wiper blade is in the lower section. There's LEDs for all of the lighting, backup camera, and parking sensors. This has a single exit exhaust tucked up nicely, so if you do take this off the pavement, that is out of the way. And this can tow around 3,500 pounds. So the hitch is currently hidden behind this trim piece, and you can remove that to use that as needed. Now, this also has remote start, so if you lock it, double tap this button, you can quickly start it up, and then you'll just hold on that button in order to shut it off as needed. There's also a release for the power liftgate, or just use the electronic release underneath. So you reach in just like you do for the door handles. Now, with this compact SUV, you still have a good bit of space located in the back. Underneath the floor, you could put a spare tire. There's an area to attach that, or you can use that for additional hidden storage. You have some tie downs as well, and of course you can fold the back seats down for even more space, and there's also an auxiliary on that passenger side. Now, in order to close the liftgate, that control is located down below, and you can close that, of course. And then as we work our way to the interior, this model is paired with the white leatherette interior, which is really nice paired with this blue. Now, this also features the Alpine audio system. There's a little bit of storage, the electronic release, lock and unlock, and the window control too. And then in order to fold these seats down, you just grab the release by the headrest, and you can fold these two down very flat, and that gives you an ample amount of space to put in some larger cargo items. And at 5'10", I have a good bit of space in the back. Now, you have auxiliaries, there's also the vents, and then at my height, I have about 2 inches or so of headroom. So for the smaller size, it's not the smallest SUV from Jeep, but for this one here, I have plenty of space. There's a grab handle up top, and then right in the middle, there's also the armrest with cup holders. And with the boxy design, quite a lot of glass. So your backseat passengers have a lot of lighting, and it's better for overall visibility. Now up front, there's the mirror adjustments, window controls. Your front doors have the electronic release, but they also have a manual release. So you can use that as needed. And then there's more storage in the lower section, and power operating front seats with a very clean look to them. There's also the cognac stitching, which is a nice accent. Now, as we hop in, this has a very unique design for the steering wheel with the flat top and bottom, along with the angles on the side. And you'll notice that the start button resembles the steering wheel with its overall shape. Now, with this on, you'll notice on the left side, you have some controls to go through the digital gauge cluster, along with some Bluetooth controls. And then on the right side, there's all of the cruise control settings with distance pacing. Now, this also retains volume and tuning, so those are on each side behind the steering wheel. And then looking at this gauge cluster, if I just start scrolling left or right, You'll notice in the upper section, you can go through all of these settings. So just depending on what you'd like to see, you can even get into the screen setup and adjust what you would like to see in the upper left and the upper right. You can also look at pitch and roll, pull up some vehicle information. So now we can start scrolling up and down and view all of this as needed. You can also look at some driver information, so some of the normal vitals there. And then when you use this button right in the middle of the Bluetooth controls, you can actually change the entire background depending on what you need to see. So there's various ones here, which is really nice, but you do have to go back to this one, and then you can start going left and right again. So tons of info to go through. Now to the left of the steering wheel, there's the electronic release for the hood. There's the e-brake, fuel cap release, headlight adjustments, fog lights, and a dimmer switch. You'll notice this neat gray trim accent along with one air vent. There's also some leather on the dash, and then 2 air vents underneath that with the hazards and the larger infotainment system. Now you'll notice within the screen, I can push on home. So now there's this split view, and you can even add some widgets as needed, depending on what you'd like to see. You can easily get into the media. Comfort is going to have all of your climates. So once you activate that, you can get into the temperatures, where you'd like the air to go. This even has heated seats, a heated steering wheel too, and then you have fan speed and some other adjustments underneath that. You can also pull up the navigation, so have that in full screen. You can get into your phone when that's paired. If you go under vehicle, now you have quite a lot to get into. You have autonomy here, which is the parking sensor, so you can make sure everything is working properly. You can also get into the e-hybrid system and monitor all of that information. There's also off-road pages, which is a package for this. So you'll notice there's the steering angle. You can also look at where the power is being sent. You can pull up various gauges here, even the terrain. So this is the mode that the vehicle is currently in, with it being an auto, and you have some more info in the lower section. Now, if you go back, you can also get into some more controls for the rear view camera along with the mirror dimmer, and then you also have various settings to get into to set this vehicle up to your liking. So you can go through all of these, doors, locks, your lighting, and get all of that set up. The last one is going to be for apps, where you can get into Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and scroll through the rest of these as needed. Now you'll notice on the far left and right, there's also an additional control for the heated seats, heated steering wheel. There's also volume and tuning, which are physical controls on both sides. Underneath that, there's also a control panel for all the climates. So there's fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go. So if you're not in that upper screen, you have those readily available. Now this also has lane keeping assist, traction control, there's a low range gear, there's the parking sensors, auxiliaries, lots of storage. There's 2 cup holders, an area you could place your phone right in the middle, and then behind that, a downhill assist and the auto hold. Now this is the dial for the different driving modes. So in addition to auto, there's also sport, snow, sand, and mud. And then in front of that is the dial to select gear. So just by rotating it, I can put it into reverse and pull up the backup camera, and then you have drive, and then park is back to the left. Now there's also wireless charging along with some storage in the center. There's also plenty of storage in the glove box, and then up top there's the rear view. There's also a sunglass holder, and then controls for the sunshade and sunroof. There's dome lights, the rear liftgate, along with some assistances, and then garage door buttons on the driver's sunshade. And then with this boxy design, you can see just how much glass there is. So you have perfect visibility over both sides. Setting off behind the wheel now for the Jeep Cherokee. I have it in sport mode. There's no paddle shifters, but pedal to the floor right now. Here we go, getting up to speed. So it's not the fastest vehicle, but it can get up and move. You can accelerate and get up to speed as needed. But with this latest Cherokee, this is a really nice smaller size SUV. Now it's not the smallest offered from Jeep, but it has a nice compact size to it, offering you a good bit of interior space at the same time. And driving this the last couple of days, it's a very nice SUV. Out on the highway, there's really no road noise, wind noise, things like that. It feels like a very composed vehicle for what it has to offer and its pricing. Now, of course, there's several different trim levels. I was able to film an over trail, so if you want to see the specs on that trim level, I have that full review as well. So you have a lot of different ways that you can spec this, just depending on what you're looking to get from your smaller SUV. Now, in terms of its interior space at 5'10", I have about 3 inches or so of headroom, and this has a height adjustable seat. So you could be much taller than me. Look at that, all the way down, and you could fit very comfortably behind the wheel. Now, I haven't put many items in this, but it's been a really nice commuter for the small items that I've had, and just going from point A to point B. The range on this was about 450 miles. So for its smaller tank, really good MPG. You won't have to fill up often, and you have a small tank. So if you're not looking for a large vehicle, you want something that's economical, something that can still tow some smaller trailers too. This is a great option to go with, and you have the full-time four-wheel drive system with some of the off-road modes. So while this isn't a hardcore off-roader like the Jeep Wrangler, for example, this is something that can go off the pavement. You can take this camping, hiking, you can do some moderate off-roading like that with the ground clearance that this has if you're going on adventures like that. So you can hook up a small trailer, you can put on a bike rack, something of that kind, and still use this vehicle for those situations. So if you're not looking for a big vehicle, you still get a lot of practicalities from this new Cherokee. And still in sport mode, here we go. Getting up to speed to merge into traffic. It has a good bit of power. It's not the fastest, but it has an adequate amount of power for this type of vehicle. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Jeep Cherokee. Really nice design with the layout and all the tech features that you have. So for the money, if you're not looking for a big SUV, this is something that is going to suit you with all of the tech features. It's going to be more maneuverable in parking lot situations. If you do a lot of city driving, it's very economical and it offers a good bit of space without going up to a Grand Cherokee or something of that size, being a 3-row and all of that. So for its smaller size, I think it's a great option. Lots of space for the interior. And for the couple days that I've been driving this, I really don't have any complaints. It's a solid feeling SUV, very nice to drive. It's a good commuter vehicle if you're looking for an SUV and one that you can just drive every day from point A to point B. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Jeep Cherokee Limited. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.